Hey everyone, this is Faith. No, Chanel is not a channeler. Please stop basing all of your opinions on her, on the things that Ernie has to say. Ernie doesn't know what he's talking about over half the time, and he's a hypocrite. He quite literally used numbers in order to get onto Chanel for using numbers. That is blatant hypocrisy on a very high level, honestly. The community seems perfectly fine with it if Ernie uses gematria in order to shun someone else for using it. But if Chanel uses it, she's the worst person ever. I've been trying to point this out for a while now, but everybody just keeps protecting the hypocrisy and don't care. And again, I will say, if you want to say that Jane never lied, I'm gonna need solid evidence that she never did. You can't just sit there and say, no, she didn't lie because I don't think she did. You need solid evidence. Bring forward emails that are between Jane and Brant that go the way that Jane said they did. Or don't talk. I demand evidence. You need evidence of what you say before you say it. Chanel is not attempting to channel anything from what I understand from what she has told me. She told me that Jesus started talking to her of his own accord. That is not someone who is intentionally channeling anything on purpose. That is someone that God has decided to speak to. Also, how many times do I have to say it? Stop punishing Chanel for your own interpretation of letters. When she doesn't even agree with your own interpretation. You are punishing her for your own personal beliefs at that point, instead of punishing her for what she truly believes. If you want to know what Chanel believes about those letters, I would suggest having a discussion with her about them, instead of just saying, oh, I'm just going to punish her for my own interpretation. Or in Jose's case, I'm just going to punish her for the interpretation of Ernie. You know what? I don't think anybody has been interpreting those letters properly. Because I've looked at what the letters have said, and I know that they're not from me. I never should have laid any eyes on them unless Chanel had sent them to me herself. They have a different spiritual interpretation that is being missed by the surface level glare that everybody is giving it. And as for all those accusations against Brant, yes, he did once upon a time work for the Pentagon. Again, I will ask, why does it matter? If Jesus sits there and says someone is redeemed, then that person is redeemed. It doesn't matter what their past is. Jesus does not care. So why should I care if Jesus does not? I will point out that I had a dream about a snake sitting on top of some letters, preventing them from going out, months before I even met Chanel and Brant. So to sit there and say that, oh, I'm only helping Chanel because Brant is evil, is incorrect. It's in error. It makes no sense. It's baseless conjecture. It's not the truth. The fact is, Jesus sent me a dream about this entire situation before I even met them. Several months before I even met them, in fact. So you can't just sit there and say that Brant is the one who sent that, when that makes no logical sense from any standpoint at all. Jesus gave me the job of helping Chanel and Brant the best that I can, as long as they are in the community. And that is what I intend to do. They are not evil people, and I don't want to hear about how they must be anymore. There is no evidence that they're bad people or that they're even Satanists. The evidence is always to the contrary. Both Chanel and Brant love Jesus with all their hearts. And if you knew them, you'd know that. So instead of judging them based upon the things that Ernie, Jane, EYA, and others have to say about them, why not instead try to get to know Chanel and Brant for yourself, before coming to this conclusion that they must be bad people who want to deceive you when they don't? That's just not the truth. Get to know them for yourself before making any true judgments. I will see everybody next time. Thank you for watching.